Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your reading for the month of August or whenever this video might find you. I don't believe in coincidences, so I trust that you're going to receive this message exactly when you receive it. I am going to get started with some messages from the Intuitive Life Coaching Oracle by Kelly Smith. Of course, I'll have the links to all of the decks that I use in today's reading down below in the description box. But first, let's cleanse our energy with some frequencies. Hopefully the sound will pick up that beautiful bell. Let's see what your primary energy is for the month. And while I tune into your energy, I just have to apologize for the delay with this month's readings. Many of you know, if you've been here before, I'm in the process of moving. I'm actually in a temporary place right now, a beautiful temporary place. I'm looking out on the water out this window, but I won't be in my new home until the middle of the month. So next month, you'll see my new space that I have set up. Let's see, what is the primary energy for the Scorpio collective for the month ahead, please? Primary energy. Okay, I'm getting resolve. So whatever it is that has been keeping you up at night, I call this my keep me up at night problem, whatever it is that is feeling the most challenging for you right now, what's really holding you back with making your way through this, navigating whatever this challenge is inner conflict. There's a decision that needs to be made on your part. And the best thing that I can share with you that I'm really picking up on is to listen to your body. Our body will often give us the yes, the no, the I don't know, and it's going to be different for all of us. You know, sometimes we say yes when we really want to say no, just to appease other people, just so that we don't rock the boat, whatever the case may be for us. Sometimes we say no when we actually do want to say yes, out of fear, insecurity, doubt, lack, whatever it is that's holding us back. So really listen to your body. What does a no feel like in your body? What does a yes feel like in your body? If you are someone who is finding yourself between two very, very strong decisions, it's either going to go this way or it's going to go that way, or maybe you just don't know what way it's going to go. What does it feel like in your body to consider the options that are on the table for you right now? If option one feels like, oh, I don't know, I want it to work, but I don't think it's going to work. If option two is like, okay, that's the one that I really want to work, but I'm just afraid it won't work. Well, trust that the universe is going to work with you. You're co-creating your life with the universe. We're co-creating our lives every moment of every day. A lot of the times we're so proud to admit when we've manifested what we do want, when we've called in different manifestations into our lives, but we have to also come to the realization that we are too manifesting what we don't want. When we throw all this fear, doubt, insecurity, this scarcity, and this lack into our energy field, well, the universe is just going to mirror that back to us, and we're going to experience more fear, doubt, insecurity, scarcity, and lack. You might be thinking about an event that's about to happen and you're like, oh gosh, this is going to be terrible. It always is. Whenever this type of experience happens, it always turns out this way. Well, it's not, manifestation isn't just thinking happy thoughts. It's really that expectation. When we expect like the sun will come up every morning, we expect that the sun will go down every night. Manifestation is also about that expectation of what's going to happen. So are you expecting things are not going to work out for you? Because that's going to come through as well. And you have to remember, we have this really powerful Lionsgate portal. We're already in it right now, and it is going to be at its peak on the 8th of August. So if you do not already have a plan to do a ceremony or a ritual or something around manifestation on the 8th of August, I highly recommend you do that. We've got a very powerful full moon coming up immediately after that as well. You can shed any parts of you that doesn't believe that it's for you, any parts of you that doesn't believe that you're worthy of whatever it is that you're calling into your life. And again, I am very much in the same boat. Whoa, I just looked down, you guys. I see 333. So that's for some of you for sure. Maybe you've already seen the number 333 this month. And I want to remind you, threes are all about balance, balancing your mind, your body, and your soul. And so many of us, we'll focus on one or the other, but it's really about all three. We have a mind, yes, and we have a body, yes, but we are a soul. So if you're not sure how to find balance, I would recommend you start with the energy first. So do you have any energy practices? I call it energy hygiene. I've got 3 steps to energy hygiene: cleansing your energy, grounding your energy, and protecting your energy. There's lots of ways you can do that. I do have a energy cleansing and grounding meditation here on my channel you can check out as well. We're going to dive a little bit deeper into your reading for this month. And if you're joining me on the extended reading at the end, we'll also pull some messages from the Shaman's Dream Oracle, as well as the Light Seers Oracle. Like I said, I've been moving this month, and not the Light Seers Oracle, rather the Light Seers Tarot. I've been moving this month, and I just looked down and I noticed I got some junky nails for you guys to deal with, so enjoy those. Let's see what it will be your biggest challenge in the month ahead, Scorpio. And I should say our biggest challenge, because I've got a lot of Scorpio in my chart as well. Not my sun or my rising, but I've got a lot of Scorpio in my chart. So this one will be applicable to myself as well. What will be the biggest challenge for the Scorpio collective in the month ahead, please? Okay, universal bank. So everything that you need is already here. And if this is showing up in the challenge position, what this really tells me is that there is doubt. And I said that earlier, fear, doubt, insecurity. So there's a part of you that is sort of forgetting that you've got an entire team of spirit guides and allies who are working with you to help guide you onto your most aligned path, purpose, timeline, destiny. And we can access our spirit guide team through many different ways, of course, meditations and journeying, but a lot of us, I think we expect that the only way we're going to get these messages is if, we go into silence and stillness for, half an hour, whatever the case may be, whatever your belief is around meditation and receiving messages. But often we receive messages in our day-to-day, just when we're going about our daily tasks. This morning I was on a walk with my dogs in the woods. You might see these guys, they might pop up around here because, like I said, I'm in a temporary place right now. So usually I'd have them in another room, but I'm in this great big room and they're just over there having a nap right now. But we went for a walk and I received some of the best ideas when I was walking in the woods. But were they really ideas, or were they my spirit guides and allies helping to guide me towards the most aligned path and purpose for me right now? So don't forget, you are connected. Every single one of us has intuition. Your intuition is constantly guiding you, but many of you also know that I spent 7 years as a fat loss coach, and I was all about exercise, all about macros, and I still teach that a little bit, but it's more so about healing and energetics because I'm also a shamanic healer. And in these messages, sometimes we receive them when we're walking in the woods, sometimes we receive them when we're in the shower, when we're driving, when we're doing the dishes. Trust those messages that come to you. They're not just thoughts. They're often our spirit guides and allies communicating with us. I do find that I receive the most messages when I've already practiced energy hygiene. So again, cleansing, grounding, protecting your energy. Let's see what will help the Scorpio collective move through this challenge with ease and grace. And if you are new here, hello, welcome. I'm Jenny. Like I said, I'm a shamanic healer. I'm also a women's coach. So I have a 16-week program, Nourish Your Temple, where we heal from whatever worthiness wound is causing you not to love yourself and love your body in the way that you so deserve to. And we do a lot of work inside of this program. I also, of course, post these videos here on YouTube. I've got a TikTok channel as well, and I'm all over social media. What will help the Scorpio collective move through this challenge with ease and grace? This one wants to come out. Okay, environment. So there is an opportunity here for you to cleanse up the energy of your environment. Now, I train in Peruvian shamanism from the Inca Empire, and one thing that my teacher taught me a long time ago that's really stuck with me is that a lot of the times the Karo people believe that, or they'll even say that Northerners, Westerners, we are disgusting. And the reason for that is because they consider energy hygiene just as important as physical hygiene. So if you're not smudging yourself regularly, that's not like taking a shower regularly, right? If you're not smudging your home regularly, that's like you never swept or mopped the floors. And let's be real, we got to do that on a regular basis, or else stuff starts to accumulate, hucha, dark, dense, heavy energy. When you pull the environment card, what that tells us is that there's something in your environment that is keeping your energy low. So this could be a matter of you just need to smudge. And if you're not comfortable using sage, there's lots of ways to smudge. I like to use agua de Florida, Florida water. I like to use bells like I showed you at the very beginning of this reading. You can use visualization. Of course, you can use sage if you're comfortable and you have a relationship with the spirit of grandmother sage. There's lots and lots and lots of ways to cleanse your energy. You also have to remember that every single item in your home has energy. Now, I just went through this as I was moving out of my home for 8 years. We purged like crazy. And even after we purged, we couldn't believe how much stuff we still had. So I'm really looking forward to purging again when I move out of, or when I move into my new home, which is going to be in a couple of weeks here. But what I'm getting at is that every single item in your home has energy. So let's say, for example, you have items that were gifts from a friend who is no longer a friend. Every time you look at that item, it's going to make you feel a certain kind of way. Maybe it will make you feel happy because you think of wonderful memories that you had with that friend, but then maybe on the other hand, it might make you feel pretty terrible. You might be feeling grief, you might be feeling anger, you might be feeling rejection. Every single item in your home has energy. So when you pull the environment card, it says now is a good time to clear, clean, and declutter your environment. So when I pull this card for myself, first thing I do is smudge. Next thing I do is purge. You might want to go through your closets, get rid of any clothes that don't fit. You might want to go through your drawers, your cupboards, get rid of anything that you don't use. When we neglect items in our home, those items begin to carry the energy of neglect. I'm really starting to embrace a minimalist lifestyle, and I highly recommend it just because everything does have energy. You know, sometimes you walk into someone's house and it just feels like the air feels thick, the air feels heavy, and that's not for nothing. It's because of all of those items in the home and the energy that they carry. And on the flip side of that, sometimes you come into a house and the energy feels incredible. I don't want to toot my own horn, but the people who ended up buying my house, they were like, wow, the energy of this house is incredible. What are you doing? And I was telling them about crystals and crystal grids and plants and essential oils and keeping it clear of clutter and all of those different things. And they were really, really interested because they wanted to continue to have that energy once they moved their items into the home. And I'm actually going to be going back there in a couple of weeks because there's something that we left there that we have to go and pick up. So I'm excited to see what they've done with the place. Let's see what will help the Scorpio collective move through this month aligned with their highest path, purpose, timeline, and destiny. Please, what will help the Scorpio collective align in the month ahead? Okay, I'm getting Dark Night of the Soul. So Scorpio, some of you might be going through a little bit of a lonely period, and I really think this is a beautiful thing. The Dark Night of the Soul represents a spiritual awakening. So something's happening within you that is elevating you, that is helping your soul to elevate, your soul's growth. And sometimes this comes with some uncomfortableness. We might be doing shadow work, and if you're not, again, I highly recommend it. We've got a beautiful full moon coming up this weekend, depending when you're watching the video. It's on the 9th, 10th of the month, depending on where you live. And it can be lonely because as we begin to acknowledge our own toxic behavior and begin to take responsibility for that and begin to change, we begin to up level and raise our vibration. So then we become misaligned with some of the people who we used to be on the same vibration as. So sometimes when the Dark Night of the Soul card comes up, it means that, hey, relationships are falling away. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. People come into our lives for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. And maybe some of the people in your life you made a soul contract with, that you would only be in their life for a certain amount of time. I'm going through this as well, as I am doing a massive Facebook cleanup for the first time, like ever. I have, sporadically deleted people from Facebook over the years, but right now, as I'm in this big transition, going from my old home to my new home, I really feel a strong desire to clean up my Facebook list and get rid of some people who have been there for way too long. If you're scrolling through your social media and you see someone's name and it makes you feel like ick, I just posted about this on Facebook and Instagram, where, I'm looking at who's watching my stories, and sometimes I have hundreds and hundreds of people watching my stories, and some of the people in there are people who I know are not there for me. They're not my people. They're not people who support me. They're not people who encourage me. They're people who are projecting towards me. And why do I have them on my list? Is it because I'm afraid that, I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, or I don't want anyone to talk bad about me, or whatever these things are? But the most important thing is to protect your own peace, Scorpio, okay? Your own peace more than anybody else's. So if you're feeling like you're resonating with this Dark Night of the Soul card, you're not alone. It's a really good thing. This lonely period is actually a beautiful thing because it shows that your soul is evolving and you are growing. You are coming more into alignment with your higher self. your highest path, your highest purpose, your highest timeline. Now, if you are enjoying the energy of this reading, I'd appreciate if you hit the like button. You know how the algorithm works. The more people who like this video, the more people who will see it. The more people who see it, the more likely I am to continue to show up month to month for these card readings. And if you'd like to join us for the extended reading, the link to do that will be down below in the description box. When you join us for the extended reading, you also gain access to the Sacred Self-Empowered Community membership. And inside of that community membership, we meet at least twice a month on Zoom. We have a ceremony and we have a group reading. So it's a beautiful opportunity to get some one-on-one time with me as well. And finally, if you are new to my energy and you are enjoying this, I'd appreciate if you hit that subscribe button. Let's see if we can clarify this before we move into the extended reading. Is there anything else that the Scorpio collective needs to know in order to align for the month ahead? Okay, you're getting speaking up. Oh my goodness, you guys. I resonate with this so much. Again, I've got a lot of Scorpio in my chart. So your soul is guiding you to stand in your light and speak your truth. What did I just say? I'm about to delete a whole bunch of people from Facebook and it's uncomfortable. It's super uncomfortable. I've been resisting it. I've been talking about it for a couple of weeks now. And I'm like, okay, I have to do it. I have to do it before I get into my new home because I just don't believe that everybody who I currently have on my social media deserves access to what's going on in this new chapter of my life. We're constantly going through this period of death and rebirth, this cycle rather of death and rebirth. We're shedding old parts of us, becoming new versions of us. And yeah, not everybody deserves access to that. So when you get the speaking up card, this is an opportunity for you to stand in your truth. Say yes when you really want to say yes. Say no when you really want to say no. And you got resolve as your primary energy. So again, this is a period of indecision. There's something that you need to decide on. So I'm not surprised that you're getting the speaking up card at the very end of this. I'm excited to see what's going to come up for you in the extended reading. So I do hope that you'll join me over there, Scorpio, and I will see you on the next one.